Warning. The Reddit Asks Us podcast contains explicit material and mature subject matter that may not be suitable for all audiences. Audience discretion is advised.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Reddit Asks Us podcast. I am currently here with two of my boys, Elias Eldridge and Sam Kennie. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast.
What's going on, man?
Thanks for having us.
Happy to be here.
Alrighty. So just before we head into the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening anywhere else, what did I say? So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, did I say that already?
Spotify? Or,
No,
no, you didn't.
If you're
Apple
watching
Podcasts
on
or
YouTube,
Spotify.
make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating and also leave us a review. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Reddit Asks Us Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every week.
You didn't mention Spotify.
Did I not say Spotify?
Yeah, say Spotify.
Apple,
I think you said it.
Did I?
Did you say Spotify?
I feel like this. I used to have like a little piece of paper like taped to my little stand there
kinda
that
cool.
like
That
tell me what to say. But now I just like I said it so many times that I like almost memorized it. But
Can't you
now
pre-record
It's been a while. So.
Can't you just pre-record it? Or is that...
yeah, but like it's almost like an intro to every show, right?
That's true. It just
So-
feels natural if you pre-record. That makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
kinda,
good.
yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, so this is my first podcast sort of like set up like this. Like this is we were talking before, like I like the table setup. I think
Yeah,
it's
me
like
too.
being across from people. And I've never actually done most of the time that I've done a podcast, it's like two chairs and like I'll just like face
Yeah, that's
people.
what I've
Right.
seen you do.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I feel like in a certain sense, I like the table.
Well, Joe Rogan has like a table, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like this. Has all the stuff just right on it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel like when you can like look into people and like look
It's more
at
natural.
people's
Like,
face, it is.
Yeah, this
it
is how you
does-
talk to people.
It doesn't
Exactly.
feel like you're recording anything. It just looks like you're talking across the table.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. The only key is that eventually you'd want to get like a camera here and
Right.
a camera over there in the corners that'd like show this angle, show that angle.
Right.
But I mean,
Just hire
we're
a
limited on
cameraman.
funds right now, so until we can upgrade the funds.
Once this podcast pops off, then you can...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, share on your Instagram so everyone's gonna be
Absolutely.
Everyone will see it. Okay, so we got the would you rather for today. So this week's would you rather is would you rather live the rest of your life wearing a wet sock or drink an entire bottle of ranch every day for 10 years?
Oh my god.
I love ranch, dude.
Really?
I love
Well, you
ranch.
love ranch, drinking it every single day for 10 years, a full bottle of it?
I think you just get used to it. Like,
We get used to the sock too, though.
but
Then your
I feel
shoes
like there's
get
probably like
wet.
medical, like,
athletes hood.
like that's probably just not good for your foot.
What?
Like you just get warts and stuff, and then it, like,
Down in 750 milliliters of ranch every day can't be good for you either.
but like, what if you just eat while you're drinking it? Like you just eat wings.
So
and
you don't
drink.
necessarily. One thing I did see this in the comments. You don't necessarily have to drink it. You can like
Consume
I'm
it.
pretty sure you consume it. So like it's but that's the thing is you're
A
making
liter.
every single meal with ranch. Because I mean, if you do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like, you can split up the bottle of ranch, I guess, like throughout the day.
Well, like middle school, I'd have the carrots and celery with the ranch and the little Tupperware, And
That's-
when I would drink the ranch on occasion at the end,
That's like 5
A little
mil.
bit,
That's like
just a little bit.
That's like 5 milliliters
Yeah,
of ranch though.
gotta
Like
impress-
a
gotta
liter.
Yeah,
impress.
that's
Oh.
like how much is a bottle of ranch? Like how
I think
much
it's
is
like
like
750 or something like that milliliters.
Not even. I don't.
Really?
I don't know. It's
I have it in my fridge right now
Yeah.
at Res, and I think that's 750.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
It's Res 7. I think I'm back in Res.
So
I have
that's
ranch.
a lot of ranch, dude.
But
That's a
also,
lot of
I
ranch.
feel like at the end of your
man.
night, how you have a glass of water before bed. You just,
oh my god.
A
You-
glass
what you
of,
don't
are you
want.
seriously equating a glass of water before
No, I'm
bed to
not.
drinking an entire bottle of
No,
ranch?
but
That's like
listen.
thick
Dude,
too.
like think about
listen.
it. Think about if you like had a girl over at your place and you just have this glass of ranch sitting
no,
next
you
to the bed and you
can
just
hide
down
it.
that shit.
You can
before
hide
you-
it, but also okay. No, listen. So say you have say you go through the whole day.
It's just
It's in a glass.
It's just,
It's
just
in a
like in a
glass,
regular
too.
glass. It's just like it's got all the little green flakes in it too, and it's just like yeah.
Sorry, baby. You want anything?
Yeah, okay, hold up one second.
It's like
Hold up one
gets you in
second.
the mood.
Oh,
Just go, just fucking
Oh, your
down
breath
it.
smells kind of like ranch.
Yeah.
It's like don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll figure it out eventually.
Oh man.
Okay, so what were you gonna say?
Well, I was thinking, so like, say you have it on your food all day, right? And you have like 325 milliliters. Sorry, 375 milliliters. So it's like you have half, right?
Okay,
So you got half the bottle left. You just down it before you go to bed and get it over with.
dude, but I feel like
It's a good taste. You doesn't like ranch?
I don't like ranch.
Not-
That's
not-
the thing is I don't like ranch.
I like it on food, not on its own or anything.
Well, I mean, no. But I mean, I can do it. I can do
But
it.
also, then I think about it's like I don't like. See, this is why this is kind of difficult for me because I don't really like ranch, but also I don't want to wear a wet sock
No.
for the rest
I
of my
never
life.
even talked to the wet sock
One of
yet.
like one like wet sock your entire life.
What's the same wet sock?
No. It's like
Oh.
always one of your socks has to be
Oh,
wet.
Can you
oh.
just not wear socks?
No, you can't not wear socks. That's cheating. That's
Okay.
cheating.
So you're on the
like,
beach.
You
like,
have
that's
to
like
wear the
saying
wet
that's like
sock.
saying like, oh, can I just dump out the bottle of ranch? Like
So,
you,
okay, so-
you have to consume the ranch, so you have to have a sock on your
So you
foot.
always got to be wearing the wet sock every day.
Yes.
But when you're sleeping?
I feel like you don't really have to wear it when you're sleeping,
Yeah,
but I
okay.
feel like during the day, like just walking around doing things, you like need to have like a wet
You
sock.
take your socks out of your thing, you dip one in the thing of water, your glass of water.
You have to wear it during sex.
Yes, yeah, I feel like you have to. Yeah, I feel like that's almost like a requirement. It's like, sorry, babe, I gotta keep on my wet sock.
Just
But-
one though. That's
but
even,
the thing is-
it's even weirder that it's one.
Well, I'd
Yeah,
two. I'd
yeah,
probably just go
yeah.
both. To be honest, you got to commit. You know?
But it's like also you have to remember like let's just say you have a package of socks that is
I've never heard of saying a package of socks.
yeah like you buy a package of a pack
Sure.
of socks, right?
Package of
Yeah, well,
socks
sorry.
sounds
Well,
funny.
okay, well, imagine that this particular package of socks it like is perpetually wet. Like, you know what I mean? So like these socks, one of them will always be wet. Right? So that's kind of like how I was imagining it, right? It's
Yeah.
like you wear this one sock and it's like wet all the time. So your sock doesn't dry throughout the day. It's always wet.
Playing basketball in a wet
Yeah.
sock.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll do the ranch. I'll do the ranch.
Okay, also, and the
you're
thing
10
with the-
years.
would
So,
stink. That'd make your foot stink so bad too.
yeah.
And the thing about the ranch too is that I need to like turn up my headphone volume, but
You sound fine for me.
oh yeah, okay. It was just like it's just like low key clipping on here, so I will
Right.
like turn it down, just make sure I don't like destroy this machine. But yeah, like also the thing is with the ranch is it ends. Right? Like it ends, right? So
Right,
it's
yeah.
10
Sure.
years, right? Whereas like the wet sock,
Oh, it was 10 years.
10 years for the
Oh, I didn't
ranch.
think about that.
The
part.
socks forever. Yeah.
Yeah, the sock is for life. The sock
Yeah.
you're wearing that for the rest of your life.
I could start now, and then when I turn 29, stop. I could do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
all right.
That's
You
easy,
spend your
actually.
entire 20s drinking a bottle of ranch for 365.
It just becomes-
Let's, okay.
it just becomes part of your life.
Let's see how many bottles of ranch that is.
This becomes part of your life.
Okay, want me to look?
So wait, that's 365, right?
That's expensive too. Though.
Days per year.
Yeah.
And then that's times what?
That's part of your
10 years?
budget as a student.
Oh yeah, I guess
Your
That's
ranch-
expensive.
your ranch budget.
3,600. Oh, I guess it's just
365.
I'm an idiot.
Let me get. Can I guess?
Okay.
3,650.
I just exposed myself on the podcast for being an absolute dumbass. It's 3,650 bottles of ranch.
But not even though, because you can't buy a liter of ranch.
What?
You can't buy just like a liter.
Is it 1 liter or is it 1 bottle?
No, it's just a bottle.
Oh.
Bottle of ranch, like
Oh,
like
okay.
a
Can you
standard
Oh,
bottle of
then
ranch.
Easy,
Okay.
easy.
It's not a liter of ranch.
Oh.
That's
I thought you said
that's like a
liter.
1 liter
Oh.
milk jug. That's insane.
Yeah. Okay. That changes it then. Oh yeah. Ranch.
Maybe
much-
maybe
how
it is.
much,
Maybe it does have to be a liter now.
I'd still do it.
Yeah.
How much ranch?
I can't wear. You can't wear like a sock on the beach or something. And
Yeah, well then.
you look like an idiot. Like.
Well, I don't know. Some part of me also wants to say that like. You don't have to go like you don't have to perpetually for the rest of your life wear that sock. I'm sure there's a certain amount of time you can like take it off during a day or something.
Can't find how much.
Your
There's
foot's all,
a
your
fucking
foot's all,
spider crawling up my wall, guys.
Want me to kill it?
That's horrible.
I wouldn't kill it. I mean,
Maybe just knock it
I
down.
would if I were you, but as for me, I'm not. Oh, with your phone too. Nice.
It'll probably just crawl up again. Sadness.
Crawl up your pant leg.
Oh, don't scare me.
I can't find how much ranch. Oh, there it is right there.
How much ranch is what?
How much ranch in one bottle? The answer is 2 tablespoons.
No. How much is a bottle of ranch? It should just say in milliliters, right?
I
Right?
looked.
Yeah, that's like a standard
Over
bottle
here,
of
yeah,
ranch.
709 milliliters.
700 and so okay.
Oh, that's more than I thought.
It's
I
almost a
thought it was
liter.
7.
That's almost a liter. It's 300 milliliters away from a liter.
Yeah.
Right, so it's not-
Good job.
What's
Good.
that?
That was good. Good.
Redeemed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
The quick math.
well, I was like multiplication, division, don't at me, but like adding and subtracting, I'm there.
That's you.
But I don't know, man. I feel like see the thing is for me is I might have to answer this question differently because I just don't like ranch.
I like
don't.
ranch. I'm doing ranch.
Yeah, I'll
Fine,
do it.
that's
I don't. I like it's fine, but I just don't
10
want to wear a
years.
sock the rest.
Yeah, the thing is, the sock thing doesn't end.
No.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you're wearing a wet
exactly.
sock for
That's
the
it.
rest of your freaking life.
People are just
That's it.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't do
And
that.
like I can't get over I hate the smell of gross feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
I can't
true.
be constantly
That's
smelling
another
that.
thing is like you have to accept all the caveats that
Yeah.
come with a wet sock. And like for me personally, all my friends make fun of me for this, but I can't control it. But when my body, like my hands and feet get wet, they wrinkle like super
Oh, they
hard.
prune, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like so bad. Like you might
yeah.
like trust me. I'll like have to get my hand
Oh, yeah, it's like kind of
soaking
a-
wet one
kind of a
time and just
pool.
show you that my hands are like it's horrible. Like oh my goodness, it's really bad. So I might if I was like
You
on my
get used to
feet-
the ranch. You get used to the ranch.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we might have to go ranch on this one. Boys.
Can you water it down? That help?
That's worse.
Is it worse?
Yeah.
I think that's worse.
How,
Yeah,
how would
true.
you like with what?
Like you drink
Water.
it with water, like
Yeah. You know,
a
less
swig
thick.
of ranch,
Just
with
less
water.
thick, Yeah.
No, I'd rather just eat with it.
Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
think so too.
Okay,
It's
all
like
right.
more
Looks
for
like we're
your
going
sake.
with drink an entire bottle of ranch every day for 10 years. Okay, sounds good. All right, so let's open the show, everybody. Hey, Reddit, hey, Reddit, ask us podcast, hey, Reddit, ask podcast. We're gonna cryogenically freeze your body.
I didn't lose. You either win or you learn.
Back to the Reddit podcast.
I'll have to make another one for Raptors podcast.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing, but
Ask us
just say
podcast.
Raptors instead of podcast.
Yeah.
Or not instead of Reddit.
Okay, well, it's like I like used a so I took my voice and like sampled it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to like figure out a way to do that again or something.
It'd be cool if you got like funny clips from past shows.
That
Put
yeah.
them on there.
Well, I did
You
only
did
there's
one,
like,
yeah.
There's like a couple on there. Like there's only two. But everyone always says like oh you should put more of those in there, and I'm like
Yeah.
I should, but I'm just lazy. I just
Sounds pretty
the-
hard.
it's not hard. It's just like.
Was that cryogenic thing like a reference to something?
No, it was a podcast that I did. I did a podcast with my one buddy about would you what was it? I think it was like would you consider cryogenically freezing your body or something like that? And and we just had like a long conversation about like cryogenics and like
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. It was actually so long ago, so I can't even remember if that was the actual question, but
I never thought about that question.
yeah, it's like well because
That's a good question.
I was inspired because of this. The question came up on Reddit, but also because of this episode of Star Trek, and in this episode, it's they're going through space in their spaceship, and they find like an old like NASA module, and it's got a bunch of people frozen in it, and then they're confused and they're like, but these people are already dead, so why are they frozen? And so then they ended up because the show takes place in the year like 2300.
Yeah.
So they were confused, and then they ended up looking it up, and it's like the computer told them that it was like this process of cryogenic back in the 1970s, and so they ended up reviving a couple of these people, and so then they're on this spaceship 300 years in the future, and they're just like hella confused.
Did
and
they revive them because they're like in the future, save like the future
well,
tools to do it?
Yeah, there were some.
okay.
The ailments that they died of were like fixable.
Right.
So they like thawed them out, fixed them, and brought them back to life. And then it's just the episode just is crazy because of these people are just so like shocked, like they have no concept of what life is like
Yeah.
in the future. So I was thinking to myself, like, I mean, who knows? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
Like, well, why not? I mean, yeah, who cares? We'll see. So I'm confused on whether to call this episode 1 of top comments, because that's mostly where I got the answers for this one, or just to say episode 63. What is everyone pretending to like? So what are things that people just pretend to like? And the first one that I've got, this comes from user Clara000. Bars and restaurants where no one can hear each other.
Oh yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when
Like-
there's like shitty live music,
Yeah.
and then you're like trying to like talk over it, and
Well, I was telling you, I went to the Dome right when it opened, and it Right when it reopened, and you had to stay in your
Like
seats.
the phase 5 one or the phase 4 one?
Phase 4. Phase 4.
Oh, so that was in the summertime.
No, it was like September 10th or something.
Oh,
Or not
right,
even, but,
right, yeah,
They did
right.
like a slow opening, is what they're calling it, or something.
Yeah, gradual or something.
Yeah, and it was pretty shitty because you had to stay in your seat. They're blasting music as if they're dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah.
what's the point?
What's the point of this? Yeah, I feel like
Right.
the whole appeal of like a club is to dance to the music, but
Yeah.
when you have to stay in your seats, everyone's wearing masks on. It's like, oh, why
Yeah,
am I
no,
here?
it wasn't it.
Wasn't the vibe, eh?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Went to a different place, Pacifico, way better.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to like spend some time going out here in Halifax
I
and
know.
like finding out everywhere to go, when to go.
There's a
and-
lot of bars. Every time someone
So
tells me a
many.
story, they tell me a bar I never heard of.
I know. My cousin lives in just across the bridge in Dartmouth, and she was telling me about how, like, she lived in Halifax here for 10 years in all of her university, and she was like, we still didn't even like go to
Yeah.
a bunch of
No.
different types of bars. Like, but I feel like you mentioned this the other day down the street. Like, I want to go to more pubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, like
a-
the one spot we drove by,
I think it's the Henry House right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it looks
I
good.
never heard of that one.
It's like right on Barrington
Yeah.
here. It's like it seems pretty good.
I
But
almost feel like overwhelmed though, with just like the amount of restaurants,
I
like
know.
just in general. Like I want to try everything, but
it's true.
I've pretty much gone just like the ones on like Argyle and then Argyle Street and then a few on like Spring Garden.
Oh yeah.
But, like Barrington, like I never really checked out Barrington to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. No, Barrington's like, I feel like it's a little bit different of a scene like
Yeah.
that on that sort of street.
Yeah.
But I feel like, the venues that play like live music, especially during COVID, like I just don't see the appeal of like. Lots of people go, but I feel like it's only fun if it's almost like a concert instead of
Yeah.
like
Well, Pacifico, that's what it is. Live music, and they do Fridays and Saturdays like jazz covers.
okay.
And yeah, it's like you can go dance and everything. It's really good, really well done. Yeah.
We'll have to go.
Yeah, man.
And like, I don't even. I feel like I need more. I love live music.
Yeah, me too.
Like I love going to like Roy Woods was in town this
I
last
know, you're
weekend.
saying
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I was like disappointed that I didn't.
I saw on people's stories after you were saying that. And I was like, oh man, I
He's
wish.
so good, dude. He's so good. Shout out to Roy Woods.
but like that's something like you're actually going to hear the music. But like when you're at a pub, and like the background music is just live music, and it's like and your
nice.
table's right beside the stage, and it's
Oh,
like
that's
oh my
100%.
god,
Yeah.
and like then it's like not even that good, and I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. Yeah. So I don't understand. I feel like I do know lots of people who that's like their first inclination is to say, "Hey, let's go to this thing." I'm like, dude, that's going to suck.
No,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I
definitely.
mean? Like, why would we
Definitely.
go? Why would we go to that? Okay, so yeah, so it's like what would they say? That wasn't even there in the comments. Is I can't understand why people put up with that. As a foreigner, it's 10 times worse. Evenings like that just to press them. Yeah, I could imagine for somebody who like is like English isn't their native language.
Yeah.
It's probably not the
Yeah,
most.
because then you can't even like connect to the music or understand.
In-
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. So this one's by user Miss_Kimba. Hustle culture. Overworking every day in every aspect of life has to burn you out. I think it gets I think it gets to a point of vindictive. I suffered so much, and so should you. As like a weird sort of masochism. You can be successful while maintaining boundaries. Erasing them just sets a new unattainable normal.
I completely. I agree with that because like, and like the what is it, the rise and grind sort of thing.
Rise and grind.
yeah.
Yeah. Still the Cody Co. The fucking the what's it?
Oh, with
It's like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
what is there? Oh my god, which video is that? I can't remember what it's called, but he's like
is it one of the Dana White ones?
no, it's like one of their like that's cringe videos, and like it's this guy who's like who's one of these like rise and grind type of people, and like he just like has a carbon copy of like the Instagram
Yeah.
like motivational pages. He's
That's
like
what I was thinking of.
yeah, he's like
Like The Rock.
yeah, exactly, like The Rock. Yeah. So okay,
He
sorry,
makes
what
me
were
feel
you
so
saying?
shitty about myself, The Rock. I see his post and I'm like, I feel so bad about myself.
Yeah. Like I just like I think like it's so important to have like a boundary between working and your free time. Like
Yeah.
it's just I just think you can just get burned out so easily just only focus on your job and you're never actually going to reach what you want to reach.
I think there's separation between, like, is it grinding towards your job or is just in like period? Because like, would you consider working out part of that grind kind of thing? Like, I think.
Yeah, but that's like, I feel
I
like
wouldn't
at a
know.
certain point
Okay,
that's
yeah.
maintenance. Like I feel like, because working out has levels, right? Like I remember going to the gym over the past year, and like these dudes, some of these dudes are like bodybuilders, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
but like maintenance on your body, I think is something that's just like important. You should
Yeah.
like exercise.
And people do it for fun too. Like it's their free
Yeah.
time to do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, well, I guess it also depends on your job too, though. I mean, if you like, are you assuming you don't like your job also? Like,
What do you mean?
like, well, they're saying
I understand.
there's got to be a separation between your free life and your work life.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people strive for working life being their free life, right? That's kind of what I want. I want, like, you know, you hear
Yes, no, exactly. So there's like a less of a distinction between work
Yeah.
and your life.
Or you
Yeah.
enjoy your work so much that you're excited for it.
like,
Exactly.
a lot of people say they never worked a day in their life because they love their job.
Yeah.
Right? That kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. If you don't like what you're doing, and I guess even like, I guess university, I like what I'm doing in school, but also
Mhm.
there is definitely a I got to take some time off, right?
Oh,
Like,
Totally,
day
man.
off, yeah.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah. So
This
yeah,
is-
I
this
agree
past
with her.
weekend.
Yeah.
Gotta take
exactly.
some time off. Yeah. But no, and I agree. Like, I think the whole, it's idealizing something that's completely unattainable, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and it makes me mad too, because like a lot of people, you know, it's interesting because like most people hate their fucking jobs. Like most
Yeah.
people do not like
Yeah,
what
that
they
was my
do for
point, yeah.
for a living. And so when I feel like it really makes people like it's part of like a bad culture when you are now kind of like forcing people to think about their life in a way that's like, I hate my job, but according to like The Rock, I should
work
be
every-
I should be grinding my job even if I hate it every single day. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like I feel like that just makes you depressed because no matter how much you grind at a certain job that you hate, you're still gonna like hate it at the end of the day.
I think if you hate your job, I think there's a point where you gotta make enough money for yourself. But if you don't like your job, there's also got to be a point where you just take time off for yourself, right? But you have to find the right balance where you can't take time off as much to a point where you're making your life even worse for yourself financially. and
Yeah.
things
Oh
like
well.
that.
Yeah. Of
I
course.
don't, and hardly anyone gets to that point where they have the liberty to
Yeah.
take that time off. And
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. I feel like, and it's. I feel like it's a lot. A lot of it's part of that. Like we were kind of talking about this the other day, but a lot of it is part of that like capitalism, make the most money, hustle
Yeah.
first, beat the next guy out of you, like or beat the next person, like it's like everything's a race. Everything wants to like be you know, who can out hustle the next person and
Yeah.
who can make the most money and have the most like material success.
It's all about yourself, individualism. Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it comes from. And whenever I think about that culture, I find that it's like, yeah, everything that you do is never gonna be enough, even when you like are successful. Because
Yeah.
what if you don't enjoy your life?
Right.
You know, because like you could be like, successful, quote unquote, but then no one says that like you are like fulfilled in your life and like you're doing the things that you want to be doing. Like,
No.
I think you just gotta kind of do what makes you happy and then worry about money later, kind of thing.
But do you guys think that a lot of people like don't even know? Like I feel like a lot of people get into career paths that they just don't know what they want to do. So
That's
then
the
they
hard-
choose
yeah,
something.
That's the hard part. Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean,
Like, all the time.
It's like I feel like it's the norm. It's
Yeah.
not what you want to do for a long time. You
Or
just
like-
gotta hope you get lucky and figure it out.
or like you're just worrying about money and you take like some shitty office job
Mhm.
and then you realize like, oh, I've spent 30 years sitting in this cubicle and like I've
Yeah,
gotten nothing
man.
out of my life. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I make 100K a year, but I don't know if like the time to go do anything with it. And by the time I'm retired, I'm 70 and like, what then?
Yeah,
You know, so-
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And the thing that annoys me too is like the culture. I feel like culture is the culture perpetuates this, and it's so bad because people now are forced to think about their lives in like a monetary way. Like, oh, my time is worth this much money. I need
Yeah.
to make this amount of money per year to
Come
live.
on, man.
Kind of perfect timing, but instead of the fact that it's like, no, you're a human being with like a limited consciousness, right? Like that's like you're given an experience to like to experience this world. Like, what are you gonna do with that experience? What do you want to do? Like, what are the things you want to see? But instead, people are thinking about like,
I think you just gotta aim to enjoy yourself,
yeah,
and you know, like again, you got to make enough money to survive, I guess. But I think like you just got to enjoy yourself, you know. That's kind of my stance
plan.
on it. Yeah.
What do you guys? Well, so enjoy yourself. Like, what does that look like for you guys? Like, I'm curious. So, like, Elias, what do you, in terms of enjoying yourself? How do you want to enjoy yourself in your life?
I want to work for NBA team.
An NBA, like the
Front
NBA,
office
like in the
and stuff.
NBA.
Yeah,
If, like
yeah.
we're doing what?
Well, I want to be a general manager, right? That's the big goal.
Really?
Yeah. Well, next summer I'm trying to get an internship for an NBA team next summer.
Okay.
And then
What are you taking in school again?
recreation management.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
And then I was gonna you start as an intern. Then by the time I graduate, if I get an internship next summer, by the time I graduate, I will most likely have an actual job with the team if it keeps going, right? And then as you just build off there until you get to where you want.
But
So-
you,
so people
still at the
stop.
same, at the end of the day, like you're following your interests, right?
That's it. That's it.
yeah.
That's-
Like your
that's
interest
kinda-
is not to be.
Like I said, enjoy myself. Like that's my idea. That's my goal. I always want to enjoy myself in life. That's that's how I enjoy myself. That's what I'm going for. You know.
And what about you, Sam?
My plan is not really to have like one job my whole life. Like I'd love
I like that.
to travel at some point and maybe do work doing that. I would, I'm probably gonna have to get a master's because it's hard to get a job just with an arts degree.
It is.
without a
It
master's.
is quite
Yeah.
difficult. Yeah.
So
for
I'll
sure.
get a master's in like history or something like that, and I'd like to do sports writing, and I'd like to write in general.
I want to take a journalism course.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Like.
Oh.
I might.
Yeah.
I might
I tried
try
to
to-
minor in it. I tried
Really?
to. I couldn't. My program doesn't let you minor in things, which is really frustrating.
Wait,
Oh.
what?
Yeah, because I'm technically in two faculties. I'm in the faculty of management and health. If you're in the faculty of health at Dal, you can't minor in anything. So they said,
What?
I know. I was
Why?
Like,
I don't
was just like-
understand.
I was like, can I please? And they're like,
Can
no,
I
you
please?
No, you really can't. And then I was like, what can I do then? Because I also wanted to minor. It was between journalism and computer science, a few other things. Those are the two that were most relevant to what I want to do, though. And they gave me an option to major in managing data and information, which is like computer science-y. I'm taking a computer science course right now, but
Yeah.
so I'm majoring in that because I wanted to fill up my electives with something that's going towards something. You know what I mean? Rather than just doing it in random classes.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's why I did that. But yeah,
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think I like that. I like that sort of plan though, like the doing multiple things.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Because I
especially
like
for traveling
multiple
too.
interests. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What do you, how like and I feel like another really important thing too is traveling.
Oh yeah.
I want to travel so bad.
Yeah, like the Earth is such a cool place.
Oh, it's so
like
it's
you need to
so-
go and take us whale watching. So
Absolutely.
a little tidbit of information about Elias that I found out yesterday.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, was
You
that?
loved it.
Yeah, well, is that your parents own like a whale watching business in New Brunswick?
Shout out Quiet Link Marine.
There we go.
Check it out.
There we go.
Free plug.
And yeah, free plug. And Elias was educating me yesterday about SeaWorld and all that shit.
We don't like SeaWorld around here.
Yeah, exactly. No, we don't play SeaWorld. I feel like everybody sort of kind of knows that SeaWorld is a bad place to
so
to
fucked up.
go.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Dude. Like,
And
it's
then
sad, man.
what- yeah, and then like we just know it, but yet it's like still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were right, is like is there no way to like train those whales to go back in the ocean?
But they're so far gone, dude.
Really?
I mean, they're fed, right? But the killer whales, they hunt. That's how they get their food. They hunt, right?
Oh, you
they're in there for years and years. They're being fed. They don't know how to hunt, and they don't know how to protect themselves either. They get hunted by sharks and things like that.
Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's tough. That's
it's
tough.
not really a big shot for them out there. They're better off. In
And the
captivity
amount
than
of like
there.
money you'd have to invest in
Yeah.
training them to do that. all
Oh,
that
you
stuff.
can't retrain instincts and stuff like that. I don't think.
Oh.
You know that their instinct, but
They live
Yeah,
for so long, man. They're gonna be stuck in there
They're-
forever.
their instinct is to. I mean, their lifespan is probably shorter in captivity, also. Unfortunately.
Oh man,
So,
because they're depressed, man.
yeah.
That's what happens when
They're
you're
like
all
no
sad.
space either. Like
That's
they're a
what-
wild animal.
Their dorsal fins flop over because
Right.
they have no space to swim around.
Right.
I don't know how the science works, but that's essentially it. That's why they flop over like that.
That's too sad.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like what we learned in class with like socialization, and like about like kids if they're like
Oh
if they're
yeah.
in like the woods up until like or like they're not cared for, up until at a certain age they just can't get re-socialized.
Yeah,
back
it's like
into
11
humanity.
or 12 years old or something.
Yeah, like,
It's like
Really?
yeah, once you like so there was the one that we learned about in school was like there was this case in France that they found a child who I guess I don't know how but had been I guess raised in the woods
He was like abandoned
yeah.
and like beat or something.
Yeah.
Where was he raised or was it just by himself?
I know, but I honestly
They
think
don't know.
I don't like. I don't
It's from
want
the
to.
1700s.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it was like, I don't want to say it was on some Disney shit, but like, I seriously can't remember, but I low key feel like it was like literally raised by animals or something like that.
Human Tarzan,
Yeah,
real life Tarzan, I guess.
but the
yeah.
child couldn't speak any language. Does it come up?
Yeah, he was found, a French feral child who was found at the age of around 12 in the bush. He was running. He was given many people to stay with, running away from civilization approximately 8 times.
We just talked about this. It's right here. That's what I thought of it. Jeannie. Do you know about that story?
No.
How to do Jeannie? So basically, she was.
Can we say sorry? What is this?
So in my human development class, we just talked about this girl who was locked in a chair in a bedroom, naked, for the first 13 years of her life. Oh my god! And
Wait, what?
Yeah, she had the
Why?
once they found her parents or her dad more. He is like very mentally fucked up, and yeah, so he ended up killing himself and everything once they found her. And yes, they found her, and she had the brain capacity, I guess, of an 18-month-old, and she was 13. She couldn't talk.
God.
She couldn't walk that well. Yeah.
Well, that's like, isn't that
She's
that's
still
like
alive. She's still alive.
really?
Yeah, she's like in her 60s or something.
Yeah, 64.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Well, and
but she has like a law, like she's not,
isn't there like I can't remember what it is, but there's like some theoretical thing that like if you're like a caveman who's lived in a cave your entire life, and then you see light at the end of the tunnel, like would you go? And it's like most people would think that they would go, but I'm pretty sure that they actually wouldn't. They would stay because
it's
it'd
all
be
instinct
too
at that point. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I guess they probably think of that as danger, maybe.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
think that's something to do with this too, is that like they just have no, it's all about the way that you are brought up, right? So if you brought up your entire life with never leaving your dwelling, then you probably are going to be scared of everything outside of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like to like a fundamental sort of level.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move it forward. Let's keep it moving. So, oh my God. This one comes from user Bubbles to Pop. For what do people pretend to like? And this one just fascinates me because it's so true. And I'm like, why? Is employer holiday parties. You know what I mean? Like when you work at a place and it's like, oh, we're having the employee Christmas party this year.
I'd rather just be at home.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember I had this job in high school. I'm not gonna like say the job because I don't want to like,
All right.
throw anyone under the bus.
Sure.
But I remember I had one of my coworkers come up to me and they were like, are you gonna come Christmas bowling with us? And I was like, I spend all the time outside of work not thinking about work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go and spend my free time where I don't need to think about work with everybody that I know from work. And like, I don't know.
So I worked at a golf course over the summer, and they had an idea. We didn't get to do it, but the end of year party thing, end of season party thing was going to be glow in the dark golf. That's something I would 100% go to.
That sounds like
Yeah.
fun.
That sounds so cool.
I think it also depends on where you work too. I worked
Yeah.
at a really horrible place, so
Like,
I had no ambition to want to like go.
I had like 2 recent jobs. So like my last one, I was working with my buddies, so I didn't mind doing shit like that. But my one before, grocery store, fuck Loblaws. Awful.
Straight up.
Awful. Yeah. awful.
You're like sugarcoating. You're like, I don't want to say the name. You're just like, blah, blah, blah.
Well, he
fuck Galen Weston. No, but like it was a bowling one, and it was like, but like all of my like coworkers were from like ages from like 15 to like 70, and it was like it's such a weird dynamic, right? And like I don't
wait. This is the grocery store.
yeah, like,
Oh,
I don't want to
okay.
go bowling with
With-
like it's such a weird
with
mix of
Samantha, the
And dude,
grandmother.
Yeah,
people
like-
who are like, I'm sorry, but people who are like older who work at grocery stores and like, where I used to work at like a sporting goods store. I'm not gonna like say the exact name, but like,
Dick's Sporting Goods.
no, I know we don't have
Wait.
those out west.
That'd be funny with your name.
But yeah, haha. But they're a little bit weird. Like the older folks. Some of them are like, you talk to them and you're like, There's a reason why you're working at a grocery store when you're 60 years old. You know, a little bit. They're a little bit.
Well, I just kind of get like lazy vibes from them. You know what I mean? It's like,
sometimes for sure.
Sometimes why they end up just like they're too lazy to.
Or sometimes I also feel like they're like.
There's some great ones though. There's some great.
Oh,
ones.
of course. There are gems everywhere. Everywhere. But I feel like generally across the board, when I think of like when I've worked at like retail stores or places that have older people working at them, I'm like, it's either some of them are like retired people and they're just looking for something to do, which is like
that's a whole different thing.
That's a totally different thing. But some of them, it's like it's been their livelihood, and it's like I don't know. Sometimes
like your manager who's been there for like 50 years or something.
Yeah. Or even somebody who doesn't even like have a ton of like authority.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like a manager's that's more justifiable, right? You're managing this spot,
right.
But
you're working as like a floor salesman,
like the same level as me. Like if I'm working a summer job somewhere, and you know I'm 16, you're 50, and we're in the same role.
Yeah, exactly.
Like personally, I'd hate that feeling if I'm 50 and a 16-year-old's doing the same job I am.
Yeah, but then sometimes these people are salty, man. They're so mean. Like they're just like.
I would be, man, if I worked at a grocery store for 50 years.
My
God, I'd lose my mind.
Doing that. Fair enough.
The same job for that long, like.
It's true.
And it's the same tasks every single day.
I've had 4 jobs in 5 years because I get tired of it pretty much.
Dude, and so I was scared because I've worked like normal jobs my entire life. Like I got my first job I think when I was like 14 maybe, and I worked at like a concession stand in like a hockey rink. And like I would like make people burgers and all that sort of stuff. But I found that like I just could never. I had such a hard time like coming back to the same job because I'm like, this is so not stimulating. I'm not doing anything. This sucks. Like I hate it. And then oddly enough, the job that I liked the most is a job that I thought was gonna be like the hardest, which is a job that I had this past summer with painting houses. But yeah, like something about retail work and like working at grocery stores and something. It's
my first job was a retail job, and that was a job I had for 2 summers, and I'm never doing retail again. It's not. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not for me at all. Like,
yeah. I just don't get how people can still work at those places.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if like I come from a small town, it's kind of a social thing. You see your people of all over the town every day, kind of thing in there. So I guess that's one part of it. Like as a 15-year-old doing not for me.
That was like my least favorite part of it. Because like,
seeing
I don't want to interact with everyone. Like, be forced to say hi to everyone.
I'm just making money.
That's what's nice about like doing sometimes labor work is that like you don't have to interact with people all the time. Like
that's why I loved it.
My golf course job this summer was more the I worked like I did the outdoor stuff essentially. I'd bring all the golf carts down, do this kind of stuff. Like,
did you collect the balls to drive that little thing?
The range picker.
Yeah.
That's my job.
I had friends do that this past summer.
Yeah, that's like I was good. I mean, I'd help people with their clubs, and that was like I interacted there. It wasn't it wasn't like all fake. Like, oh hey, how are you today? Like, you know, I hate that.
And also like you get to the holiday party, and it's like
I forgot that's what we're talking about, the holiday.
Yeah,
party.
I know. And it's like, but like what if you just get like hammered by accident, and like your boss is there, and now you're just like.
It's
shit
weird.
Face. You're, like, do you drink? Like, but then it's weird. It's unbearable if you don't. Like,
it is. It's weird. It's
true.
weird drinking with like your coworkers. It's like I see you every day, and now we're drinking together. I was like, I feel like I like to drink with my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like drinking with your coworkers is weird because some people get weird.
Yeah.
Like these.
Yeah.
Especially these like 40, 50-year-olds who work in these like retail jobs. They're just like. They're off the rocker a little bit, you know. You get drunk with them, and it's like, I'm kind of scared right now. Like, can I go home, please? Yeah. I'd rather be watching Netflix. Like,
it's kind of like an obligation, you know, to go to those things. I feel like
it is kind of, but
I always had an excuse.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I was just like, I don't really want to go, so I'm I'm not really gonna go.
No.
So people would, but that's the thing is, I don't understand how some people can get so hyped up. Like I
see you guys every day anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like.
This time we're having pasta.
I feel I'm like I feel bad because I'm like I'm really sorry that you think this is fun. like I'm sorry that you think that this is like
it's really low on my list of
fun things that I'm
there's at least
have lined
30
up.
things that I enjoy 2 times more.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, and it also, like we said, it depends on where you work too. Like we had
Oh,
a
yeah,
little.
like, like my last job, I'd love to do that.
Yeah,
they're all
like
great guys.
my
I work
last
with,
job,
but-
we didn't do like anything super special, but we did go out for dinner. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like any other retail job that I would have had, no.
No.
All right, moving forward. This is another one. Maybe you guys know more about this, or might have learned about this in class or something. But so something that everyone pretends to like, and I think this is just so hyped up too, is NFTs.
I never got into them.
I don't know a thing. I can't comment on
Yeah,
it.
me neither. And like one thing that what I can tell is just like I just don't get it. I don't understand
It
what
seems like a scam. to
Yeah.
me.
So does anyone know anything at all? Elias, you know anything at all about NFTs?
I know it's a lot like my team in 2K.
What's that?
It's my team. Oh, you don't play 2K.
I don't play video games, so I don't really
It's
know.
basically just you have these cards and it's all digital, right? It's the same thing as NFTs, and you just like sell them on the auction house, then get MT for them, buy new cards, and hard to explain to someone.
Well, I heard that it's almost like a it's like a baseball card or almost like having a card collection, but the more that people replicate it, the higher the value is, or something like that.
But like, here's my thing. Like, with like NBA Top Shot, remember that? Like, it was like NBA highlights you could buy as NFTs.
Yeah, that's.
But
kinda,
it's like I can watch that highlight on YouTube.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is I
Exactly.
don't understand where the value comes from.
No.
And then you like kind of you might lose your money with it too. Right?
Yeah, and,
it's
like,
It's such a brand
I'm
new
good.
thing. I'm like,
I just don't have the money to put into it anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
but do you guys like see it on Instagram a
Oh,
lot?
yeah.
Like I'm seeing
YouTube too.
Yeah.
They all talk about it.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Podcast like NBA podcasts.
There are podcasts that like just talk about NFTs,
I know,
bro.
it's like-
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm so far away from it. Like I don't know much about it either.
Yeah.
I don't.
I feel like we'd have to talk to somebody who's in commerce.
Yeah,
We have to get somebody who's in commerce there, and they're like, actually, NFTs are
Yeah, I'm not a finance bro.
You know, you can actually a lot of minimum money Bitcoin and NFTs. It's like,
broke boy, you know NFTs.
yeah.
I do want to. I'm not
Bro,
into.
you should see my NFT collection. Man. It's already disgusting.
I got the Kawhi dunk from the other day.
Saw that house highlights. Like,
It's
Yeah.
already worth like $5,000, bro.
And especially, like you said, there's the NFTs about things that have already happened. Like, it's not
Yeah.
even like an original thing. It's like, here's an NFT of like this photo that's been taken already. Like,
But
that's
now,
already on the
it's on a
internet.
card online.
Yeah, on a digital. I don't
I don't
get
get
it.
it.
Yeah, this is so hilarious too because since this is like the Reddit ass pod, there's a lot of Redditors who are super into NFTs and Bitcoin and stuff. And they'll listen to this and be like, fucking seeming like, oh, you don't understand.
You know what you're talking
NFTs."
about. You guys know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I do want to get into Bitcoin though.
Really?
I want to. It seems really interesting.
I don't even understand that.
I
I
feel
don't understand it
like,
enough yet to get into it, but I want to.
I feel like if it's not clear enough for me to understand when I do like a little bit of basic research, then I just can't do it.
I've been
too
trying. I've been
scary.
researching it, but like not a lot because that takes time to like get because I want to know what I'm doing before I get into
Yeah.
Bitcoin, and it takes a lot of time to learn that stuff. But eventually, I want to. I think.
One of my buddies is like really into buying cryptocurrency and
Yes,
like
I have a few.
yeah, and then he'll like, and he was angry recently about the fact that you couldn't do transfers between. A lot of banks are stopping like transfers between your account and your like Bitcoin account or like a Bitcoin wallet. So like they won't allow you to do like a transfer between those accounts anymore because it's I guess or I don't know. I don't understand. I think it's because it's just like the whole banks don't like the fact that the cryptocurrencies are unregulated. So
I guess it
Right.
makes sense.
they want to stop as many transactions, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do have a buddy who actually makes a decent amount of money doing Bitcoin stuff. But
You know Dogecoin when that became a thing.
yeah, what
Yeah.
the hell was that?
I had a friend who put a lot of like not a lot, but he put like $20 into it. I guess right when it started.
Really?
It became a few $100, and I mean
That's decent,
yeah, it was actually
sure.
like I forget. It was actually it got really.
What
good.
is Dogecoin? I don't even understand
It's
what
like
it is.
it's Bitcoin, but it's like a meme. It became a meme. You know, Doge, the meme.
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah. So what is?
That's
But
literally what it
what's
is.
what's the association with Elon Musk? Like, why does?
I thought like he like tweeted about it or something.
He did. That's when it popped. Yeah, it came out. He tweeted about it. He's like, buy Dogecoin now or something. I don't forget what he said. It was something like
Just
that.
randomly, he was
Yeah.
just out of pocket,
Well,
like
because
Dogecoin.
The
It was during,
amount,
like,
the
the-
amount of influence he has.
It was during like all the GameStop stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that. You know about that?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Yeah, what
Me
was
neither.
it?
I don't
Yeah,
understand how
that
it
was
happened.
actually shout out to the Redditors
Yeah.
because wasn't it like
That was them. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
on Wall Street Bets, right? They like
Yeah.
basically all formed a giant firm and just totally beat out Wall Street
Fucked
for
all these
something.
hedge fund.
Yeah. So
Hedge
can
fund
you
guys.
explain it to me? Do you know like
I don't know the in-depth stuff, but yeah,
not the in-depth, but the like the
just-
outline.
Well, yeah, just like yeah, a bunch of guys are just made this thing where like we're all gonna put some money into Bitcoin or into GameStop.
And was
And then
AMC
it
too,
just
the
rose,
theaters,
rose.
right?
Yeah, that was another one. But GameStop was a huge one, and it started fluctuating, but it's still like really, it was probably still pretty high from it, even though it was like 6-7 months ago.
Really?
It's still definitely up there somewhere. But
I thought that it was like artificially increasing its value though. Like it didn't even really have that much value. Like at GameStop
don't
and stuff.
know,
That's
I
why I
don't
was
know.
like they basically
Yeah.
created a giant bubble or something.
I didn't really look too much into it. My friend was pretty into it, so I know what he knows and like told
Oh,
me about it.
yeah.
And then I just looked at it a bit, and laughed about it.
Did any of your buddies put like any money into the GameStop?
I
or
don't know if
AMC or
he did, I don't know if he did the GameStop, but he did the Dogecoin.
Yeah.
and he got
all I do remember though was it was like a big middle finger to Wall Street. or
That's
something.
why I
Yeah,
liked
yeah,
it.
it
I
was.
didn't understand it. I'm like, oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As
Fuck
long
Wall
as Wall
Street.
Street's at
Yeah.
like is at the butt end of the
Yeah.
the deal, then let's go
all
for
good.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
then I'm not too concerned anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one that I feel like kind of plays a little bit more of a role, which is I saw somebody's comment and this made me think of it, but maybe you guys are more into this than me, but people pretend to like. I think it's Twitter, man.
I don't even have Twitter.
I love Twitter.
Really?
Love it.
Why?
I spend my whole day on it.
I tried
What?
getting it. It wasn't it.
Well, it's just
Like,
for stuff like sporting. Like my favorite
I
thing
have
is
that on
like
my Instagram though.
no, but like during
Yeah.
I don't know, like a big basketball game and during like a finals game, I follow like everyone I follow is like basketball fans and
Yeah.
stuff, and everyone's just like tweeting and reacting to the plays like in real time together, and I love that part of it.
Oh, I guess
There's
yeah,
that.
you can do a real time Twitter
Yeah, like,
session.
like,
I
oh.
just feel like Twitter's so full of overanalyzations and it's kind of frustrating to me.
Yeah, like a lot of bullshit comes from Twitter.
Yeah, it
so
does.
Oh,
much
yeah.
bullshit.
Oh,
like
God.
Especially with sports too. And I'm just like, God, it's so irrelevant.
I follow people though that I trust like there,
That's true.
but
I feel
yeah,
like every time I see
when
like
I'm gonna get Twitter eventually because I feel like I'll have to with what I want to do. And,
Oh, yeah, you will for sure.
And so I'm gonna get into it. That's the only reason I have it for sports anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like I wouldn't do anything. I remember I tweeted when I first got Twitter. It was like grade 7, grade 8 maybe. And I posted my new basketball shoes, the ones I showed you, the LeBron 11s I showed you.
Okay,
And I
on
was
Twitter too.
and the caption was hashtag my first tweet. And and I looked back on it like a year later, it had like 150 likes.
Okay.
I just felt kind of weird. It was like I was in grade 8 and I looked at it, I was like, oh
Yeah.
no way.
And no, and,
yeah, I've got a pretty shitty ratio. I have 77 followers and I follow almost 300 people.
I've already called them Instagram people like I know or just NBA players.
yeah,
and
I feel like
people talk about
because
NBA.
I've spent like since I was in like grade 6 having like that Instagram followers to follower ratio, right?
I know. That's also overanalyzed. Like okay, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then Twitter is like, I feel like to start all over again with a brand new social media account.
I hate that.
It's just like,
That's why I took so long to get TikTok, and then my friends are like,
but
"We wanna
TikTok
send
is a
you
little
TikToks."
different though because
Yeah.
it doesn't really function the same way that like Instagram does because you could basically spend your entire day on a For You page. Like,
Yeah, well, but it's getting used to it. You know what I mean? I don't like getting used to the whole new social media stuff. 'cause, you know,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, I don't want to deal with that. And then my friends were like, we gotta send you TikToks though. And I'm not gonna
yeah,
send them
my
on
friends send me
Snapchat.
TikToks all the
Yeah.
time, and
So
I'm
then-
like,
so I was like, fine, I'll just get it. And I'm like, yeah.
it's a good.
So addicted to it.
Man,
It's good
oh.
app. It's a
I
good
don't even
app.
like make TikToks. Like
No,
I do
me neither.
sometimes,
I
but
just watch them. They're
just like
so
Oh,
shitty-
really?
just like stupid shit. Like I made one like me making a sandwich, and I just like put like this like the Soviet Union national anthem in the background of me making a sandwich.
Oh, that's awesome. That's actually
I can
pretty
see
funny.
like straight face prints and like mail.
No,
on it.
seriously, it was the
Dude, no.
stupidest shit, man.
Actually, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't
To
tell you
show me
guys
that
about this. I was watching a Raptor stream the other day, and they were playing. I can't remember who they were playing. I think it was like maybe it was Washington or not. But the guys who were streaming it, because it was one of those website streams, the guys who were streaming it when the American anthem was. Oh no! It was the Tyson Fury fight. It was the Tyson
Okay,
Fury
yeah,
and
yeah.
Deontay Wilder fight. And when they were playing the American anthem, the guys who were streaming it dubbed it over with the Russian like thing. So this guy comes out to sing the American anthem. As soon as he takes a breath, he's like. Da, 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 all over the whole thing. I was like, that was too
so
funny.
good.
And they let God Save the Queen play like the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing, but they overdubbed the American anthem with the Russian thing, and I died. I was like, first of all, I was like, what's going on with this? This isn't playing from another
Yeah.
tab on my Google like search thing. Like, what the hell is going on here? And then I started to realize, oh, like they're playing it.
Yeah.
I guess Wilder, they got so much hate. Like they were hating on him hard.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
he said he has no respect for Tyson Fury too. Like Tyson tried to like talk to him at the end of the fight.
So
I
yeah,
don't wanna watch
what's
it.
with the Deontay Wilder hate?
I don't follow fighting that much, but I just yeah, like he will like Tyson Fury was going over after the fight and he was trying to like just, be like, oh, good fight, whatever. And Wilder was like, I don't have any respect for you and everything like
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
like, come on,
Well,
man. Like,
Wait, are they both American?
No, Fury's Irish. I think.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
Irish?
he's from England.
Oh, maybe I don't know. It is. I think it is England. I think McGregor.
Somewhere. Yeah. Somewhere in the
McGregor's
UK.
Irish.
Somewhere in the UK. I actually like. Boxing to me is not as interesting as UFC. I like to watch. I like
UFC more.
UFC.
Me
I
too.
like it's boxing is like
I hate the YouTube fighting.
yeah
I
that
hate
yeah,
it so
yeah.
much.
It's just like
dude.
it's such a clear, obvious like grab for views. You know what
And
I
money,
mean?
dude. It's all it is.
Oh yeah.
Mayweather
Like-
even admitted it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he said he'll do any fight like just to
For-
get the money for it.
How much did he get paid? He was like $100 million or something for his last fight. Something
Yeah.
stupid like that.
He got paid like a crazy amount just for showing up.
Yeah, and then you get
That's
paid. You
wild,
get paid for
dude.
showing up and losing. Like I can go into a ring with Mayweather right now, take one punch, get knocked out, and get $50 million.
And like the combinations
Oh my
are getting
God.
like the combinations are so random. Like Lamar Odom is like fighting like some like
he already did, didn't he? Or is he doing another?
yeah,
one?
like some like YouTube vlogger.
What?
Yeah, it's like it's weird.
And I just hate Logan and
Nate
Jake Paul.
Robinson. Yeah, they're
Oh,
cringe.
that,
Nate
that,
Robinson.
because they keep winning the Pauls. They keep
What's
winning.
that?
The Pauls keep winning their fights. And I'm
I
like,
know.
stop. And they're not.
Well, the people that they fight too, like
That's what
everybody, like Dana White has commented on this every time. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys
They're washed.
you guys are fighting people who like, dude, Logan lost against Mayweather, and Mayweather's like in his almost
50s.
50. Isn't he in his 50s?
I think late 40s or 50s.
Yeah, dude, and like Logan Paul's like in his late 20s. Like,
yeah, and Mayweather probably didn't train much for that fight. Like,
oh
let's be real.
god,
Like,
no, dude.
well, if he trained, he probably could kill him.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Logan Paul's just like he's probably in a good shape.
yeah,
but, like,
and he was a
Well,
whole
Logan-
weight class
Logan
above
probably
him.
trained like crazy for that. And Mayweather probably didn't do anything.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, probably not. Mayweather's like he's already pretty conditioned anyways. But like
big time.
Logan Paul's already like another like a whole weight class
he's in
above
crazy
him.
shape. Yeah, he's in real good
Yeah.
shape. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Big dude.
It's just
But-
they're so cringe. Their content appealed when they were a certain age. Their content appealed to a group of kids that are a certain age. But now that they're getting older, like I mean, Logan's doing better than Jake. I feel.
I hate Jake Paul. Logan
But-
Paul, I can tolerate him.
Yeah, I can tolerate Logan. He's still
Jake Paul just
cringy
seems like
sometimes.
a dick too.
But
Jake Paul seems like a dick.
yeah, like
right?
he's like a classic frat dude. That's just
Yeah.
like. And the thing is I still can't figure out who he's really trying to make content for. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to make content for like 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, but it's like,
Yeah.
dude, you're getting closer and closer to like 30. So
I don't even wait. I don't even know who's who.
Logan's the
Jake's the younger one, and Logan's the older one.
Is Logan the one with the podcast?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
impulsive.
that's a good,
yeah,
that's a good podcast.
It is. It is. Actually, the one person I don't like on that podcast is Mike.
Oh, he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
I like his takes are so like okay, like I think like
Well, we were talking about the mismatch on the way over here. You listened to the mismatch NBA
No.
podcast.
Oh.
No.
It's two guys, Kevin O'Connor and Chris Vernon. Great podcast. If you're listening, great podcast. But Chris Vernon is kind of annoying, and he just makes these random takes about eighth men on rosters. Like he made Otto Porter Jr.
Oh yeah,
Warriors,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
He's on the Warriors now, and he made this take where he was like, Otto Porter can't do anything, and then Kevin O'Connor's like, well, like his stats show, like he's a good 3-point shooter. He's like, no, he's horrible. And he's like, okay. Like,
No, I actually hate that like a podcast where there's like one host who like brings down the whole
I know. It's
other
like,
it's like oh, do you hear them? And it's like oh,
and then
Oh,
Kevin
that's
just
true.
like Kevin's like, okay. Like,
yeah, he's not gonna stick up for himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he doesn't know. You're talking about Otto Porter Jr.
Yeah, like, who
you
cares?
have to stand up for
Yeah.
yourself. It's like, think what you want about Otto Porter. I don't care. Like,
That actually is a really like good point though. It's like sometimes you listen to a podcast and there's just like this one host, man. Like
Yeah.
you can tell they're there because they like work at a company and they're just like they thought that they'd be a good addition. Maybe they're like decent people outside of the podcast, so they want to just include them. But at the end of the day, that's just like, dude, no one likes your takes, man. Like
It's just,
Yeah.
I don't like podcasts where it's like they like brought people in together. Like, does that make sense? Like, I like it when like people just like start their own podcast, like
And
because they
bring
want to
yours
do
on
it
every time.
together.
yeah, oh yeah,
like,
totally.
you listen to Chad Ford's podcast? You know that
I've
is?
heard it before.
He does like draft podcasts.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
he does it on his own in Hawaii, which is kind of cool.
That's kinda
And he just brings guys on, like he brings guys that work for NBA teams on, and they'll talk about this guy he brings on, he works for Utah a lot, and he'll talk about like what he thinks Utah should do in the draft, that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's really interesting. It's really good. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard though to do like a single person podcast, but I guess you have a guest every
Well, I
time.
mean, you do it, like,
yeah,
what,
I guess
is
yeah,
it-
you
It
do do
depends. I mean, like, well, I've actually never like done a solo recording of this particular show before. I've always found people to get on because, but I could maybe do a solo version. It just would be different, you know. And it's just better when you've got
Oh yeah.
other people to talk to. I mean, I did do a I did do a solo podcast for like a year before I even made this one, and it was not what I wanted to do. I just like, it was not content that I felt super.
And I feel like the listener likes probably hearing different voices.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're just like rambling and.
Well, I listened to this one podcast where it is just one guy, but I listened to it and I like it because he's just so smart.
Right.
So like hearing, and he's like kind of got a whole script, almost not rehearsed, but he knows the right things to say. But at the end of the day, I still listen to his podcast and I'm like, ideally it would be nice to have for you to bring on a guest. Like if you're so knowledgeable, you must know lots of people who are like super smart. Like it'd be good to get like, you know, some more perspectives flowing, you know.
That's what about Joe Rogan, is that Joe Rogan comes off as an average knowledge guy, you know what I mean? But he brings on these experts, and it's like the experts teaching him. As we go.
And then
I think
it's
really
teaching
cool.
you as well,
exactly.
because like he asks a lot of common sense questions.
Exactly.
That
They're like, it's like I'm like wondering this question Joe will ask it. It's like,
yeah, exactly. No, and then it's like if you sit down with somebody for 3 hours, like you're guaranteed to like talk about a lot, you know, and get a lot of ground covered, right? And that's one thing. It's like he gets so much hate, but at the end of the day, it's like he gets hate for his takes, but what the media doesn't realize is why people listen to him in the first place. People listen to him because of the people who he's got on.
That's the
right?
only reason I don't care about Joe Rogan. Like,
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't really like Joe Rogan.
He's just the guy in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I like Neil deGrasse Tyson or like
That's one of my favorite ones.
Right?
Like
And
I listen to like the Bernie Sanders one. Like something
yeah,
like
that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. It was super cool to have him on. Like
but like I couldn't
Bernie
care
was
less
on.
about.
What Joe thinks, yeah. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
Exactly. And that's what he says too, is he's always like don't care what I think because these are my opinions, right?
Yeah.
But these are not, and like he has so many people on his podcast that disagree with him about almost everything.
That's how podcasts are good though. There's debate.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think it's great. I think you gotta take things people say in podcasts with a grain of salt, because it's conversation.
It is.
Right?
It is. You know, and one actually, because there's been a lot of like talk to censor him and stuff, and just to censor podcasts in general. But at the end of the day, Daniel Ek, the CEO of Spotify, was like, we don't like police the music that's put on our platform. So why would we police the podcast? Like, why is it okay to sing in a song and put it on Spotify? Oh, I love Trump 2024 or something like that. And yet, but when it's not in a song, when it's in a podcast, now that's not okay.
Right.
Which I was like, that's actually a good point. Like, I never thought about it like that. He was like, I don't think it's really our place to say. I think
it's probably worse in music too, because they're writing down, thinking everything they're saying, conversating, you're just kind of speaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And people are bound to say things that, like, I guarantee, like, I'm going to look back on podcasts that I've had previously in, like, 10 years from now and be like, dude, I do not have that take anymore.
Yeah, right.
This is not how I think. So, who knows? Let's see. Oh, this is kind of another. Maybe this is a controversial take, but something people pretend to like is the taste of hard liquor that's not in a mixed drink. Like people will just like sit around with like a glass of whiskey.
Okay, I like Fireball. I like the taste. It tastes like cinnamon, dude.
You'll just sip on Fireball.
Well, no, I'll take shots of Fireball.
But you
No,
actually
no,
enjoy the
but-
flavor.
I mean, it's not like I absolutely love it, but it's not like I dislike it. But like everything else, like I like vodka. Obviously, no one likes the taste of vodka, but like
No.
yeah, Fireball's good.
But I'm thinking about like the people who like sit around with a glass of
Okay.
whiskey. You know what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
if your dad pours, like
Right.
my dad would just drink like a
Yeah.
scotch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My dad does that too. He's
Yeah.
got these like little rocks that like he puts in the freezer,
Yeah.
and then we'll like put them in his drink, and he'll sit there with like a glass of whiskey or
no.
glass of rum or something, and I'm like,
Not for me.
yeah, I'm like, that sounds disgusting. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, like straight liquor. Like I like the
premise.
the event of taking a shot.
The
But like I
event.
don't like no like it's fun like when you like Jager bombs like
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I wouldn't just like drink that all night like
Sip on it. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, no. Well, I mean, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But let's be real though. Like, is there somebody out there who actually enjoys the taste of alcohol?
I'm sure there is.
there's
Yeah.
people who just drink like tequila like
Really? Well, like
my
guys,
parents
like,
just drink tequila.
yeah, like you know,
sometimes,
adults do like the whole scotch and a glassing or whiskey and
Yeah.
glassing. I mean, they must enjoy it.
yeah. Is it just for the aesthetic like,
Yeah, but
The
it's at the
aesthetic.
at the end of the day, it's like,
I don't like wine, but like I drink wine for the aesthetic sometimes.
really?
Well, it's like like at the Thanksgiving dinner, I have my friends. We all have a glass
classy.
of wine. Yeah, you know.
Like what kind of wine?
I don't like white wine. I guess I prefer.
It's white wine.
I like
Okay,
white
yeah.
wine, but I don't like either. But
Me
I
neither.
think I told you about
Yeah.
this. Yeah, me and my friends, we tried to have a wine night like over the past year during COVID, and we bought like 2 bottles of red wine, and just I drank like half a glass, and I'm like, this is so bad.
Yeah, my friends had the same thing in like residence. We each got like a bottle of wine. We were just like drinking out of it, and it was not.
It's so bad.
It wasn't it.
So bad.
It's
I mean, I could see white wine being better,
you're
but
supposed to like drink wine like with food and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind
Yeah.
of the point of it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see the wine being better. Maybe if I was eating like a steak or something, but like red wine, you know, or
Yeah, I
or like
guess.
some meat and like potatoes. I could
Yeah.
see like
Yeah.
sipping on a glass the whole meal.
Yeah,
Because like
yeah.
what you're supposed to do, I think, is like let it splash on your tongue. Like that's like how you drink it. It's like it's supposed to add like a palate or something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I know
Like,
what you mean.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be something you're supposed to. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
Like,
people like walk around parties with a glass of wine, a whole bottle of wine.
really?
Oh yeah, you haven't seen. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
like I understand like at a party like you're drinking like that sugary wine,
Well, this.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's-
juice.
this is
That's
more for
juice.
attention.
but
You know what I
drinking like
mean?
a
yeah.
glass of white, like oh my god, imagine just bringing like some red wine to a party and
Oh
god,
that's
like,
like,
that's-
that's like, did you guys see that one meme where the guy's like, if you bring like Guinness to a party, you might as well just bring a glass of milk.
no, I know some guys who drink Guinness at parties.
Shut up.
Oh yeah,
With the little,
Wait,
with
what's
the
the
little,
whole, what's so bad about drinking Guinness at parties? I mean, I
just-
haven't.
it
I
just-
haven't personally.
no,
Well,
it just
it's
feels
like-
like a old man.
yeah, like,
beer.
like
I
it's like,
guess.
why wouldn't you just, like I said, bring a glass of milk? Like,
I like Guinness though. It's good.
I've never tried it.
I wouldn't just be like
Solid
knocking
beer.
down Guinnesses though at a party.
Well, no.
It's
I
almost
mean-
like those Belgian moons I was drinking. Like,
Yeah.
why would I drink?
Like,
yeah,
like, you're supposed to like enjoy those.
You,
Like,
you took the top off them too.
I did.
That's pretty cool.
I was just like, sometimes I do that with like on camping trips. I'll just like,
You're like when you're kind of out of it. You're like, hey, lads, can I get like another Belgian moon? And I was like, oh yeah, I got you.
did you cut the top off?
No, but you're just going at the Belgian moon.
Yeah, I know, and I realized I was like, yeah, it's not a downer
it's
drink.
not like a Bud Light. Like Bud Lights, you just drink them. Like it's just
Yeah.
there's nothing to them. So
Or like a Corona too. Like I
Yeah.
find like Coronas just
Corona, yeah.
go down quick. Yeah, the
with
Belgian
lime
moons
too,
is
yeah.
no, you're
something more
You're
supposed to
sip
sip on
it
it.
and
Yeah.
eat food with it. And,
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, 100%. Okay, we'll do maybe 1 or 2 more here. So that one, oh, and sorry, I don't think I said that the last one. That was from user no yesterday 334. So this next one is things that people pretend to like is vacations with your extended family. So that one comes from anon_a-miss. It's like you go on a vacation with like your whole family, like extended, like grandparents, parents, cousins, like a whole vacation.
I mean, I don't mind.
You
You wouldn't
I like-
mind it?
No, I like my family's cool. You know.
Okay.
I can chill with my family. They're
All
cool.
right.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets so hectic and
I've
Like,
got a
you know,
pretty
like they're all-
small family.
Oh,
so
fair
Mine's
enough,
not
fair
that
enough.
big either. Yeah, and they're all just like they're all they're great people. You know, I mean,
Oh,
I've
okay,
nothing against
okay,
my
fair
family, so
enough.
you know.
that's
yeah, like
now you're lucky then.
I guess so.
Lots of us have pretty kind of messed up families.
Yeah, mine usually ends up being like a whole month or something. That's insane. But like a
whoa.
week.
Whoa.
wait,
have you
gone?
Have you ever
No.
gone on a month on
Okay.
vacation?
But like when I'm like at like the cottage or something during the summer.
oh
okay,
yeah.
But like that's even fine because like I can just go and do my own. I'm like totally fine like just going out like just leaving and doing my own thing.
Me
Like
too.
I know when to do that. So
Yeah. And yeah, like we're not like with my family. Like if I just go do my own thing for a bit, like no one's really questioning it. Like
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I mean, like it's not like we have all these activities planned to do all together. It's pretty much like
Oh
you just
yeah.
do what
See
you
that's
feel like,
see
you know?
that's what that was kind of like me when I was younger. If I would ever go on a trip with like extended family, it's like there's always this big schedule and organizing stuff, and everyone's always stressed out. I'm like, we're spending more time on this vacation stressing out about the stuff we're
Yeah.
supposed to be doing rather than just like hanging out and enjoying the place where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, no matter who it is for me, I hate feeling obligated to be with people for a certain amount of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So like I just like you know
That's why I've
so
got
like my
a
whole
gun
family's
under the
kinda
table
like that, too.
right now.
Exactly.
as soon as this podcast ends.
Someone send
Yeah,
help.
exactly.
But no, yeah, like I mean, like just you know, I feel like doing my own thing. I just like being able to go do my own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, vacations are. I think I just find them to be better when I just go with smaller groups of people, and
Oh,
then
for
there's
sure.
like
It's
not a
better,
ton
but
of
I mean-
stuff
but I mean,
planned.
I
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say I pretend to like it. I do like it.
No, but I mean, like, I think there are lots of people out there who do like pretend to love these, like,
Oh, with the fan, like when you're actually with them. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Like, I
there
feel like
is.
that's so, like, that's such a like a mom thing. Like, moms pretend to like love giant vacations, but then they're just stressed the whole time and
Just
like
to say they did it. Like,
exactly.
guess who I went on vacation with?
And it's
I'm
just like all for the
California.
photos like that you hang on the walls. Like I know a lot of like my mom's not necessarily the same way, kind of maybe, but a lot of like friends' moms growing up, it's like their house is just littered with photos of vacations and just their
You never look at
extended
them again.
family. What's that?
You never look at them again.
You
either.
don't. Like it's just like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like I feel like again, it's like it's more about the aesthetic, right? It's more about like the fact that you can put up all these pictures on the walls and
Yeah.
have your family displayed. But at the end of the day, like no one gives a fuck.
People
like,
people our age do that too. They'll go on vacation. I mean, Drake had a line about this in one song. It was about like this girl who like goes on vacation just to post it, and
Oh yeah.
she doesn't actually care. She's actually exploring.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
taking it all in, just taking pictures. And it's like,
yeah.
like I hate that.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I feel like it just ruins the whole. Like
Yeah, like stop. Like people who focus way too much on social media, they do things just to say and they hide behind the phone, right? They pretend they're
Yeah.
right. Like
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's a lot of it, and I think that's like it's so much worse. The vacations thing, I think, is so much worse with social media too, because not only it's like there's pictures all over the house, but it's like vacations just for Instagram,
Yeah.
Like it's like what a waste of a vacation. Like,
Exactly.
what a
That's the
waste of
point.
traveling.
Like
you
take
know?
all the pictures you want, but you don't like that. People do it just to post them, right?
What's that?
Take all the pictures you want, but people do it just to post
Just to
them.
post them,
and it's like,
yeah.
that's not the point.
Yeah. Not entertaining. Don't like it. Okay, we'll do the last one here. I'm trying to decide between these two. You guys decide which one. There's the ones with the red lines under it. Which one do you think people pretend to like? Which one's better?
Oh, they're both pretty good.
Wait. Oh! I was looking at like the usernames,
No,
and I was like,
the
what the hell?
No, the quotes with the red lines. The usernames are above it, I think.
I like the cake fondant one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the one that people pretend to like is
That's good.
is cake fondant, dude.
Is that how I say fondant?
Yeah, it's
Oh, fondant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm pronouncing it
maybe
wrong.
it is fondant. Oh,
I have no idea, but I just know that shit is bad.
It's bad.
It's
Yeah,
so bad. It's
Yeah.
like
It's just like Play-Doh.
it is.
Ugh.
It's Play-Doh. It's
Yeah.
like edible Play-Doh. That's like
I had this one really. I'll show you a picture. It was my my birthday cake a long time ago, and it's like this basketball and everything. And it looked amazing, but it was covered in fondant.
yeah.
And it just ruined the whole cake. Actually, I had one piece. It was massive, and I was like,
And then like I'll eat it like if it's like I'm eating the cake with it, but like if it like slips off.
Oh, yeah.
then you're-
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
It is bad. It is really bad. I've seen there's a couple Instagram videos of like I think I might have told you about this, Sam, of this girl who does like cake fondant like sculptures of like so she'll do one of it's like buff versions of cartoons.
Right.
So
straight cake fondant.
yeah, so there's like one and it's like an absolutely jacked Kermit the Frog going like this. And then like another one of like a character from Among Us, like just made out of cake fondant.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
looks
see,
amazing,
It
but-
looks good. It looks good.
But it was this thick a cake fondant.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah, I know. It's nasty. It's nasty. And I feel like it is, you see it all over TikTok too. Like TikTok and Instagram is all these beautiful cake what how do you say it again?
Fondant.
Fondants. And it's like the images are super cool, but like the cake is just not it.
Yeah,
like
like
it's like who wants to eat that?
There's like those McCain deep dish cakes at grocery stores. Those are like way better.
Oh God, yeah. Like
so
a
good.
store-bought box cake is way better than the
Yeah.
fondant stuff. What is that? How you say it again?
Fondant.
Fondant. I'm so used
You're
to.
over exaggerating.
Fondant.
Sorry,
Just
no,
say
I
fondant.
don't even know why. I feel like that's just like how,
Bougie.
yeah, how I've heard it. So now I'm like fondant. Okay, is that? I know people always.
I've heard fondant though.
Have you?
That's
Yeah.
French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It sounds a little French, but it's like anglicized French. Fondant.
I hate fondant.
Yeah. Yeah, but the I feel like it is something people just totally pretend to like.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like people want to have these beautiful cakes. Like, oh, I'm gonna get this cake that's gonna be so amazing. It's gonna be all these like such detail because you can do a lot of cool stuff with it, right? And like make it in all these sorts of shapes you just can't do with like a regular cake. But at the end of the day, it's like for what? Because who wants to eat
Yeah.
it? Like who's gonna eat that?
Yeah,
Also,
no.
like, can't you just do that? I guess you can't do like shapes with icing the same way, like the designs.
Yeah.
but-
Do you guys think there's legitimately people out there who like it?
I don't see how.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
what's
way,
the appeal?
man. There's no
Have you guys
way.
seen the ones of like the sneakers? Like I've seen that. I've seen that
Well,
a
those are the ones
lot.
that do the objects that they look so real, but they're cake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a huge trend.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, all the meme page I follow get so pissed off from those. They're like, I'm done with the cake. To just make it real. Why is this a trend? Why is this a thing? I don't understand.
Is that fondant? Is that what they're
Yeah,
using?
yeah. It's like the whole like whatever it is versus reality or something like that. Those stupid trend. I don't get the trend either, to be honest.
It was kind of funny like at first, but then it got like,
Yeah, then
okay, what the hell?
Yeah.
There's Loki sets and people like biting to staplers.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's like they'll hold up safe and then they're. And
Yeah,
then I was
I'm like, huh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, and then it gets old.
It gets
and then
old
it's like,
fast.
okay, I'm done. I don't want to see this in my Instagram feed
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you guys so much for coming back on this podcast. Yeah, we're
Thank
gonna.
you for having us.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure over the next little bit we're gonna start a Raptors themed
Yeah.
podcast where we'll talk about NBA, which is gonna be fun.
Name pending.
Yeah,
Yeah,
name
name
pending. Yeah, we're throwing ideas out there. It's not no one's saying anything's perfect, but we're toying around with some different things. I even tried like a name generator on
Oh, really?
on yeah, and you're I'm like so bad.
It just sounds corny. Like,
It just it's
I
well,
think I think we gotta come up with something ourselves. The internet
yeah,
doesn't-
and just the one the internet's give. I just wanted to see like just in case there was anything that was that's actually decent. But like
you know, Post Malone got his name.
yeah,
His last name's Post, but Malone Power is random like name generator.
yeah. I did hear about that.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's what I was thinking when I entered it in. I was like, maybe it'll be some like Post Malone type thing. Oh,
Yeah.
this will actually be a good podcast name, but it ended up just being like kind of they were all not great. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
we'll think of one.
well, yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll get something
Yeah.
better than the first
The
one we came up
unmentioned
with.
one.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be starting soon, and yeah. So once that season starts, we'll get going on that. I thank you guys again so much for coming back.
Thank
We're
you.
Coming, sorry, I keep
Thank
saying
you.
coming back. I always like that's like a thing.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh, we got for sure.
Coming on the podcast. All right, see you guys later. And if just before we head out of the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your podcast, make sure to leave a rating and a review. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Reddit Asks Us Podcast, where we post new clips of the show every week. All right, see you guys later.